As we gather on this momentous occasion of the 77th Republic Day of India, it's not merely a commemoration of a historical event, but a reaffirmation of the ideals that form the bedrock of our great nation. Today, we stand united in celebration of our diverse heritage, unwavering commitment to democracy, and the indomitable spirit that defines us as Indians.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Shaunan Sen, Honorable Companion Judges, respected Advocate General, Law Officers of the Union and the State, respected Registrar General and other officers of the High Court, learned members of the Bar, Advocate Clerks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 77th Republic Day celebrations of the High Court of Kerala.
झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा. I consider it a matter of great privilege to invite the Honorable Chief Justice to unfurl the Indian tricolour. May I also request the Registrar General and the Registrar District Judiciary to accompany His Lordship. Thank you, Your Lordship. Thank you, sirs.
May we now invite the Honorable Chief Justice to deliver the Republic Day message.
My esteemed brother and sister judges, former judges of this court, learned Advocate General, law officers of the State, Union of India and the Union Territory, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala, President and Secretary, Kerala High Court Advocates Association, President Secretary, Kerala High Court Senior Advocates Association, President Kerala Federation Women's Lawyers, Senior and Junior members of the Bar, Registrar General and members of the Registry, members of the Advocates Clerks Association, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and a very happy Republic Day to all. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you all to this solemn and momentous occasion organized to celebrate the 77th Republic Day of our great nation. Republic Day is a moment of profound national pride and deep constitutional significance. It commemorates the day on which the Constitution of India came into force, transforming the aspirations of a newly independent people into a sovereign democratic republic governed by the rule of law. The expression republic is not merely a form of governance, it embodies a fundamental constitutional commitment that the supreme power of the state rests with the people. A sovereign republic reflects the collective will of the people, affirming that all authority emanates from them and is exercised strictly in accordance with the Constitution. This occasion is a solemn tribute to the sovereignty to the people, to democratic values, and to the remarkable constitutional vision that gave form and substance to the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Above all, it is a celebration of the foundational declaration that animates our republic, we the people of India. The Indian Republic is often described as a miracle of modern democracy. It is a vast civilizational mosaic of innumerable languages, faiths, customs, and cultures. Yet beneath this vibrant diversity runs a silent golden thread of unity, not a uniformity of thought, but a uniformity of destiny. This thread is woven from the spirit of tolerance and mutual respect, a spirit that has allowed India to remain for millennia a sanctuary for plural ideas and beliefs. The Constitution was conceived as an instrument to foster the achievement of multiple goals, transcend among them being the objective of social revolution. Through this transformative vision, the basic needs of the common person were to be fulfilled, and it was hoped that this revolution would bring about fundamental changes in the structure of Indian society, a society with a long and glorious cultural tradition, yet one that stood in need of profound reform. The making of the Indian Constitution was unquestionably a critical event and a unique experience in the global history of constitution making and democracy. Indians drafted a constitution for themselves, unlike the experience of many other Asian and African countries where, at the time of decolonization, constitutions often took the form of a parting gift from the colonial rulers. In several post-colonial democracies, both democratic institutions and their constitutions proved to be short-lived. India further distinguished itself from Western democracies by adopting a constitution of unprecedented scale, reflecting the vastness of its territory, the size and diversity of its population, its complex social composition, and the integration of numerous autonomous political units into a single federal structure. It enfranchised all adults in a single stroke. Constitution making in India was thus not confined to designing a new political framework. It was consciously conceived as an instrument for transforming the social and economic life of the Indian people. Central to this constitutional vision is a fundamental principle that all power emanates from the people. The guarantee of fundamental rights was conceived as an affirmation of human dignity and individual freedom. The directive principles of state policy were envisaged as a continuing moral mandate to the state to pursue social and economic justice. Federalism in the form of cooperative federalism was carefully designed to preserve national unity while respecting regional autonomy, and the independence of the judiciary was consciously secured as a bulwark against arbitrariness and excess of power. Though this transformative vision is evident across many provisions of the Constitution, the imperative of unity emerged as a central concern during the framing of the federal and language provisions, as well as in the drafting of the legislative framework. The need for domestic stability significantly shaped the federal structure and in particular necessitated the incorporation of the emergency provisions. The Constitution of India thus stands as a remarkable document in which enforceable legal provisions are harmoniously interwoven with broad constitutional principles, humanitarian values, and solemn commitments to the ideals of our nation. The Constitution of India was not the product of haste or convenience. It was a culmination of an unparalleled democratic endeavor undertaken in the aftermath of independence amid formidable social, political and economic challenges. It was conceived not merely to create a new political structure, but as an instrument to transform the social and economic life of the people of India. The story of India's constitution began on 9th December 1946, when the Constituent Assembly convened for the first time in Constitution Hall, New Delhi, to undertake the prodigious task of framing the constitution for a soon-to-be independent nation. Guided by visionary leadership and animated by democratic ideals, the framers laid the foundations of a constitutional order that has endured the test of time. Indian Constitution is a great social document inspired by the social contract theory as it began with we the people, and sets democracy as its goal, with the trinity of liberty, equality and fraternity as its code lucidly articulated by Dr. Ambedkar in these words, I quote, "These principles of liberty, equality and fraternity are not to be treated as separate items in a trinity, they form a union of trinity. Liberty, equality and fraternity were the three mutually reinforcing pillars upon which the edifice of the Constitution was erected. All three were equally important and an integrated whole. Each of them could be understood only in the context of the other two. Thus, the Constitution was born on 26 November 1949 and came into effect on 26 January 1950 that had blotted out, abandoned, obliterated the past except were expressly preserved, and a new order was born. In the words of Justice Vivian Bose, the sovereign will of the peoples of India, with no class, no caste, no race, no creed, no discrimination, no reservation. It heralded a transformation and acknowledged that the Constitution is fundamentally transformative. The Constitution emerged through negotiation, deliberation, participation, and collective imaginations of we the people. There has been extensive engagement of ordinary people with the text of the Constitution. One example of an ordinary Indian with a constitutional sensibility, even before the Constitution came into force, is Kotu Ram from the Northwest Frontier Province, who wrote to the Constituent Assembly welcoming the abolition of untouchability. He wrote that without abolishing untouchability, one cannot hope to have a united India or a unity of the heart. Kotu Ram understood the abolition as not a question of abolishing a Hindu caste practice, but rather as fundamental to the social constitution of democracy itself. The discussions and deliberations in the Constituent Assembly was intense, incisive and insightful, in which the suggestions and criticisms of various groups, association of people and individuals were debated and discussed. It was never an easy task for the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution which is people-centric. At the end, we are benefited by a Constitution in which ordinary people were co-equal authors of the Constitution, as observed by Professor Upendra Ghosh. Transformative constitutionalism is thus the ability of the Constituent to adapt and transform with the changing times. It implies a departure from Victorian colonial notions, archaic norms, and affirms that the Constitution should be treated and respected as a document of inclusiveness, embodying the hopes and aspirations of the people. The community of concern, which is constitutional terms, is better known as we the people. It is a living, social and evolving document, and owing to its very nature, it has now become a tool for the transformation of the social and legal structures form that existed at the time of drafting the Constitution and the experience in recent times. The notions of justice, liberty and equality have become the touchstone on which the validity of the laws is to be tested. At the heart of our republic stands the rule of law, which is its most vital pillar and its greatest equalizer. In a society as diverse as ours, the rule of law transcends geography, identity and power. From the valleys of Kashmir to the backwaters of Kerala, it proclaims a simple but profound truth: no one is above the law. The continuing relevance and vitality of India as a republic depend fundamentally on our unwavering adherence to this principle. The quest of transforming the society using the tools of transformative constitutionalism by courts, especially by the Supreme Court, has made our constitution more vibrant. Over the decades, the constitution emerged as a powerful rallying point for political struggles and social movements against caste and religious discrimination, in pursuit of women's equality, in asserting the right to food and work, right to education, in demanding transparency and accountability in governance, in advancing decentralization, and in safeguarding the rights of tribal communities and other marginalized sections of the society. The theme of this year's Republic Day celebrations, Vande Mataram, together with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, reflects our patriotic spirit as well as our collective resolve towards self-reliance. It signifies a meaningful step in our journey towards Vikshit Bharat, a developed, confident and forward-looking India. Since its inception, our republic has traversed a remarkable path, overcoming the hardships of poverty and partition to emerge as a global presence in technology, space exploration and economic resilience. This extraordinary journey bears eloquent testimony to the strength, foresight and adaptability of our constitutional framework. For the judiciary, Republic Day holds special significance. The Constitution entrusts the courts with the solemn duty of upholding its values, protecting fundamental rights and ensuring that all organs of the state function within constitutional limits. This responsibility demands constant vigilance, integrity, independence and an unwavering commitment to constitutional morality. The Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, delivering the Fallen Animal Lecture organized by the Bombay Bar Association in Mumbai, highlighted the role of courts and observed, the future of the High Court depends on its ability to act as a proactive custodian of the Constitution. It must not only wait for a knock on its door, but it also must remain alert to systemic failures to the rule of law. The goal must be to transfer the access to justice from a right to a state-guaranteed service. As we honor our Constitution today, it is fitting to remember the extraordinary contributions of the 15 founding mothers of the Constitutional Assembly, and in particular, the 3 remarkable women from this state who helped to shape the soul of our republic. Mrs. Ammu Swaminathan, fondly known as Ammu Kutti, was a fearless champion of social justice. She believed that a republic could be truly free only when its women were legally and economically empowered. Mrs. Annie Mascarin, representing Travancore and Cochin, was a distinguished lawyer and a formidable advocate of federalism. Mrs. Dakshani Velayuddhan, the youngest member of the Assembly and the only Dalit woman among them, brought moral clarity and courage to its deliberations. She did not seek charity or sympathy. She demanded decentralization and the eradication of untouchability. I am extremely happy to note that the High Court of Kerala is among the forerunners in the country in strengthening constitutional governance. On this occasion, I warmly welcome my esteemed colleagues on the bench, whose dedication continues to enrich this institution, the members of the bar whose role as officers of the court is indispensable to the administration of justice, and the officers and staff of this High Court whose tireless service enables the judicial system to function effectively. This court has played a pivotal role in advancing the cause of justice. It has stood firmly as a forum where the voice of the common citizen is heard, where executive action is tested against constitutional principles, and where the rule of law is upheld without fear or favor. A strong, independent and ethical bar remains the backbone of a vibrant judicial system. In the recent years, the judiciary has continued to evolve to meet the challenges and changing needs of the society, embracing technology, enhancing transparency, improving efficiency, and expanding access to justice, particularly for the marginalized and vulnerable, remain our collective priorities. The integration of digital tools and alternative dispute resolution mechanisms reflects our resolve to ensure that justice is not only swift and effective, but also human and inclusive. Republic Day is also an occasion for introspection. A republic in the 21st century is not sustained by institutions alone. It is sustained by the daily practice of what Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar called it constitutional morality. As he wisely observed, constitutional morality is not a natural sentiment, it has to be cultivated. This cultivation of constitutional values finds resonance in Rabindranath Tagore's vision of the universal man, a vision that embraces a broader human fellowship. Tagore reminds us that India's true strength lies not in sameness, but in the harmonious coexistence of difference, a principle that lies at the very heart of our constitution and the rule of law. A mature republic understands that one person's freedom is inseparable from the freedom of another, and that the rule of law remains robust only when We defend the rights even of those with whom we may profoundly disagree. Democracy thrives not merely on institutions, but on the conduct of its citizens. The strength of our republic lies in our respect for constitutional values, tolerance for diversity, and commitment to dialogue over discord. Each generation bears the responsibility of preserving and strengthening the democratic ethos entrusted with. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, in his final Constituent Assembly speech on 25th November 1949, said, "If democracy is to survive, it is necessary to observe the caution which John Stuart Mill gave to all who are interested in the maintenance of democracy, namely, not to lay their liberties at the feet of even the great man, or to trust him with powers which enable him to subvert the institutions." As we commemorate Republic Day today, let us remember with gratitude the sacrifices of our freedom fighters and the wisdom of the framers of our Constitution, who envisioned an India governed by justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Let us renew our collective commitment and pledge to constitutional morality and democratic governance. These values are not self-executing promises. They demand constant vigilance, ethical governance, and responsible citizenship. The true strength of our Constitution lies not merely in its text, but in the fidelity with which it is observed and upheld. May this day serve as a moment of reflection and resolve, strengthening our dedication to the rule of law, reinforcing our respect for constitutional institutions, and deepening our commitment to the values that bind us together as a republic. With these words, I conclude by wishing all of you good health, peace, and continued dedication in the service of justice and the nation. Thank you, Jai Hind.
The High Court of Kerala functions through the collective effort of over 2,000 dedicated employees. On this Republic Day, we take a moment to recognize and celebrate those amongst us who have consistently gone above and beyond in their service.
We now request the Honorable Chief Justice to kindly present the awards to the selected employees who have been chosen by a committee of the Honorable Judges after assessing their overall performance on various key parameters.
The employees chosen for being awarded with the Certificate of Excellence may please come forward to receive the honours as their names are announced. Srimati Renuka P, Private Secretary to Judge.
Center line.
Shri Rajesh Madhavan UV, Filing Scrutiny Officer.
Got it.
Srimati Nilina R, Section Officer, Court Officer, Higher Grade.
ഇങ്ങോട്ടൊന്ന്
Shri Ani Prasad, Section Officer, Court Officer, Higher Grade. Shri Sanup George T, Section Officer, Court Officer, Higher Grade. Srimati Meenakshi V, Assistant Section Officer. Srimati Lakshmi Anil, Assistant Section Officer. Shri Binod Kumar Sharma, Civil Sergeant. Shri Vivek Chandran, Higher Grade Office Attendant.
The award honoring an employee who has shown exceptional commitment despite personal challenges goes to Sri Shashishekar Menon, Chief Librarian.
The officer chosen for the Best Employee Award, Srimati Priya P, Assistant Registrar, Higher Grade.
That was a spectacular display by the school band.
A tribute to the spirit of the Republic. We now present a vibrant cultural dance performance by Nritta Dhwani Star Beats Dance School. This special presentation, celebrating unity and the rich tapestry of our homeland, has been sponsored by the senior advocates of the High Court.
शरणं गजानन श्री गणेश शरणं गजानन देवं मुनिवर पणिनं दयाकर श्री गणेश शरणं गजानन देवं मुनिवर पणिनं नामने प्रणव भूवने जय श्री गणेश शरणं गजानन देव मुनिवर पणिनं दयाकर श्री गणेश शरणं पादनम्बुं रामदास वरदने मोदकप्रियने गौरीसुधने पादनम्बुं रामदास वरदने मोदकप्रियने गौरीसुधने आदिदेव कुलतिलकुल Come കണ്ണീർ മാറി
the national anthem.